Hello, fellow travelers. This is Veronica from Human Design Journey, exploring the 12 profiles in human design. The profiles are actually our costume in this life, how our purpose unfolds. Our type shows us how we are built, constructed, and how our aura operates, and where we're going is visible in our type, in our profile. So our profile is derived from our personality Sun Earth. The gate has a specific line behind the dot. In this case, it's a 3 on the personality side. And then on the design side, we have dot and behind the dot a 5. So this would make a 3-5 profile. You see that the sun and earth are in the same line always, and here the sun earth always also in the same line. So we have a 3-5 profile. This is how we're basically perceived by the world as what our function and our purpose is. And this is how things play out to be. We have 12 profiles, and when I say things play out to be, it's the costume in which we play out our purpose. So human design shows us the duality of life. It can be seen in every aspect, basically, of human design. And most importantly, in this case, we see how those profiles compared together with the type show us how we actually don't really have a choice. It just, we are a byproduct of 12 genetic themes in this respect, which are 12 general themes of what it is to incarnate. And it's nothing you have to do about it. It's just there, and it's a byproduct of you living authentically your design and your type. And otherwise, you never really get access to what profile can give you. But when you put together profile and type, you see that you're not in charge. And here comes the no choice notion in human design. So the 12 profiles, you can see which they are. And we're now going to look at them in different ways. So we have the lower and the upper trigram. So the first, the second, and the third line are in the lower trigram. And this means that, as you see here, if we look at this as a structure, mechanical structure, then the first line is the basis, the foundation, on top of which is the second line, which is already in the second position, and the third line on the roof or on the at the end of the first trigram, the lower trigram, at the end of it, at the top of it. And the lower trigram is called personal profiles. They are focused, they have personal destiny, so they're focused on themselves and how the world at large is affecting them. And then we have the upper trigram, which is the transpersonal trigram, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth line. And you see here we have again the basis, the fourth line, the fifth is in the middle, the essential part, and the sixth is on the roof, on the top of it. So The upper trigram is transpersonal, and it means that you have transpersonal destiny. You're interested in how you affect the world at large. What is your, what do you bring to the world? And you're interested also in the other more transpersonal, thus different people. And we have the fourth actually line, which is transpersonal, but it corresponds to the basis, the first, the foundation. So again, it is a foundation at the bottom of the upper trigram. We can also look at the trigrams in binaries. So we have the first and the second binaries. Those are really, they want to be left by themselves. They're introspective, totally not prepared for the other. They don't even know that the other exists. They're only interested in themselves, so to say, in how things are affecting them. Then we have the third and the fourth line, which are already, the third line already knows that there is somebody on the other side. It bumps into it, not completely prepared, but bumps into it. And the fourth line is really, it's the connecting line, it's the friendship line, waiting for networking. So they know very well that there is another there, and they want to influence them with their foundation, because they're, as we saw on the previous slide, the fourth is the foundation of the upper trigram. And then we have the third binary, which is the fifth and the sixth line, which are transpersonal, interested in how the other ticks and how you're influencing the other, how the other is taking your individuality, and how the other is taking you, how your being is being taken from the other, is being influences the other. And we can also look at the lines as yin and yang. So the first line, the investigator, is also the introspection line. It's a yin line. So in order to investigate and to be able to introspect your yin, it's yin energy, you're open to be penetrated. And then we have the second line, it's a yang line, the hermit. It's having a projection field. In order to stay natural and to keep your hermit personality, you need yang energy, which is a penetrative energy. Then the third line is again yin in nature, the martyr, the adaptation, in order to be flexible and fluid. You need yin energy, which is being open for penetration. Then the fourth line, the opportunist, where we have exteriorization, externalization actually. It's a yang line, in order to influence their network with their foundation. They need a yang energy to penetrate the other and influence them. Then we have the fifth line being a yin energy. It's the heretic universalization. And here we have the energy to reflect what society's socially needs in a way. So in order to universalize the truth, it needs to be to be flexible, to be fluid, so as to feel the society's wants, needs, desires, what the society is ready for, and etc., etc. And then we have the role model, which is a yang in nature, transition, being able to stand your ground so as to be the next step, the bridge to the next foundation. You need a yang energy, a penetrative energy. And we can also look at the profiles with the image of a house. As we said, the first line, it's the introspective, the foundation, and it is the foundation of the house. All of us are surviving or existing on the shoulders practically of the first lines, of the investigators, who via their investigation come to solid base, to solid foundation on which we can build the entire house. So we so much need those investigators, those introspective personalities. We have the second line already on the first floor, with the lights on, and everybody can see inside, the projection of the natural gifts of those person to the outside. So the second lines, those are the hermits who are naturals, and they're just natural with things. They have their gifts and they're super open. They project those gifts to the outside. They're super open, and they're like an open book for the other, which can see through the windows of the house, see the talents, and call out for them to the world. So those are our natural shy people. Then we have the third lines, and you see it's still part of the lower trigram, but it already knows that there is somebody on the other side, that there are other people there, and they're not alone. So this is like the ladder to the second floor. And they bump into people, they are mutative and able to change and to question the basis and be anarchistic, and when the foundation is not solid, it's able to just ruin the foundation and look for a new one. Adaptation is here. We have the fourth line, which is on the second floor. So they're transpersonal, the upper trigram, but it's the basis of the second floor. It's the floor of the second floor. So it's in this respect, it's harmonic to the first line, and it's the basis. So here we have the opportunist who is transpersonal, wants to infect others with their belief system and with their foundation, and to influence them. And that's where the opportunities also come from the other people. Then we have the fifth line, which is on the second floor behind closed curtains, watching keenly the environment around us, watching everybody, and really feeling the environment so as to know how things tick, and what the society, people need. It's the dream of the hexagram. It's what the other people want, need, and that's what the fifth line is able to provide, and able to respond to the projection field, to what other people dreams, the fifth line, if it's correct for them. if they follow their strategy and authority, then it naturally they can become saviors and practical solution givers, observing and giving solutions. Then we have the sixth line, which is on the roof. Those are the role models. They are also transpersonal. They're now interested in the whole picture and beyond. So we have here the administrator of the whole hexagram. They are sought after for their objectivity and for their somehow leadership and higher perspective possibilities, if they want to engage, because on the roof it's very nice to be disengaged, to be aloof, apart, and leave the social changes and interactions to the fifth lines, to the transpersonal and most karmic of them all, what to do. So the first line, we have the investigator, introspection and constant process of looking inwards and getting to the basis of things, to the foundation, and investigating different possibilities to gain a solid picture. The second line, the hermit, is not interested in introspection, totally doesn't investigate. They can be the paper tiger, and they're natural in their talents. They project them outside, waiting to be called by the outside world. And if they respond to the call, if they feel invited, initiated, or they have the impulse, they can become real game changers and fanatics even on how to be natural in the things they come to them just out of nowhere. Then the third line, the martyr, is the trial and error process of adaptation and discovery, possible discovery at the end. Connection to the second trigram, to the upper trigram, and those who come and go, make connection with you, and then they go after their own thing, wanting to adapt, and if the foundation is not solid, they are able to become anarchistic and break the foundation or the projection field, etc., etc. So the third line, adaptation. Then we have the fifth line, the fourth line, the opportunist, waiting for the opportunity to appear and either respond or initiate or wait to be recognized and invited and initiated to take advantage of the opportunities and really keep the connections and social network working, keeping your friendly and relatives and other lines of influence so as to get your opportunities. Hence the word opportunist. The fifth line, the heretic, there to be called to the rescue when there is a crisis and the house is on fire, coming with practical solution which can be heretical in a way, And usually they do their things behind closed doors, behind closed curtains. They keep their mystery and their magic while getting prepared to go and revolutionize the old ways, or not, being the heretic. The sixth line, and burned to the stake. The sixth line, the role model, up on the roof, sought for their objectivity eventually, for at the beginning of their life cycle, their trial and error process of discovery and a lot of subjectivity and pessimism, which in the second stage of their life gives them gives them the possibility to, hold on, connection got interrupted, so, oh, pardon me. Because of that experience that the sixth line got in the first 30 years of their life, knowing what subjectivity is, in the second part, they can become really objective and a real role model of what it is to be yourself, especially after the age of 50, when we all have the possibility to come to the world and really live as ourselves and our most authentic, completely ripe and abundant human being that we are here to be and to flourish. And after 50, we do flourish. And we do get our fruit, the fruits of our lives. So the 12 profiles, we can also look at them with conscious and unconscious side. So the conscious, the black is what we know, what we think we are, what we consciously have access to. And the red is what our subconscious is, and it's the body. We have no access to it. It just comes out innocently. So we have the 1-3 profile. We have conscious 1, 3 subconscious. The 1-4, the same. 2-4, 2-5, 3-5, 3-6, 4-6, and then we have with 4-1, which is the juxtaposition profile, fixed faith. So until here we have personal destiny, and then we have the juxtaposed profile. As you see, the fourth line becomes conscious and the first line subconscious. So we have transpersonal, personal, and here we have fixed faith. So those people, whatever happens to them, is just was meant to happen. A 4-1 profile, they're quite rare actually. Then we have the 5-1. We have conscious, heretic, subconscious, investigator. And we continue with 5-2, 6-2, and 3-2. So as you see, the right profiles are more and the left profiles are less in numbers. Here exactly the percentage. So we have the 1-3 profile is 14.57%. The 3-5, you see it's around 14%. Those 1-3-3-5-5-1. Then the more rare, the 1-4, the 3-6, and the 5-2 are around 2%. Then we have the 2-4, 4-6, and 6-2, which are also around 14%, and the 2-5, 4-1, and 6-3 profile, which are also around the 2%, also more rare. The profiles actually come out of the behavioral identity gate, the 10th gate, the nature, and these are the keywords, the keynotes, which are derived from for the three different geometries: the personal destiny, the fixed fate, the transpersonal karma. And these role gates are the 10th, the 7th, the 1, the 13, the 59, and 27. Genetic continuity they bring. So we have in the 10th gate, the nature, we have the first line, the modesty, the second line, the hermit, third line, the martyr, the fourth line, the opportunist, the fifth, the heretic, and the sixth line, the role model. Our projected attitude, the seventh gate, is the first line is the authoritarian, the second line the democrat, the third line the anarchist, the fourth line the abdicator, the fifth line the general, the sixth line the administrator. And we go to the limited perspective, which is the 13th gate. Empathy is the first line, 2 bigotry, 3 pessimism, 4 fatigue, 5 savior, 6 optimist. So those role gates give us the major key roles, words, excuse me, for the different lines of the hexagram. The aspired to role, the first gate, is the first line, creation is independent of will. Second line, love is light. Energy to sustain creative work is the third line. Aloneness is a medium of creativity for the fourth line. Energy to attract society, the fifth line. And the objectivity in the sixth line. Then we have the bonding strategy, which is the preemptive strike for the first line. Shyness, the second. Openness, the third line. Brotherhood, sisterhood, friendship, the fourth line. Casanova, femme fatale, the fifth line. Seduction. And the sixth line, the one night stand, looking for the soulmate or not. Then we have the security strategy, which is the first line is selfishness, the second line self-sufficiency, the third line is greed, the fourth line generosity, the fifth line executor, and the sixth line wariness. We're going to look at each of those separately, each profile. So look for my videos on profiles, where we're going to look through those role gates and what they mean, what is the security strategy, behavioral identity, projected attitude, and etc., etc. So the profiles are showing our purpose. It's how people look at us. And it's something which comes out naturally when we live out our type and our design. Strategy and authority is all we need. The key is really on the surface. Profile is what makes us recognize ourselves, because it's the costume we wear and makes others recognize us. So it's confirming the validity of human design system, but it's just an interesting information. All you need to live out your most authentic life, what you need in order to have true transformation, transform your life, be yourself, get the best out of what you can get. And the best is not necessarily the easiest, it's not necessarily nice, but it's correct, it's what you're built to deal with, it's your purpose, and the purpose is revealed through profile. For more information, for more on human design, and for more on living actually your design, I'm Veronica from Human Design Journey, and you can like this video, let me know what you think, what you feel, how it made you understand, or if you want to share something in the comments, please do that. Like if you liked that video, and subscribe to my channel, Human Design Journey. Do you want to go to my website as well, humandesignjourney.com, or my Facebook or Instagram page? You're welcome to do so. Glad to be of service and to bring practicality eventually. Am I bringing you practical information? Like if you think so, if you find the information useful. Thank you for the attention. I will eventually be back with more. The more comments and likes I see, the more the projection field is working, and maybe I'll respond. Who knows? Life shows. This is Veronica from Human Design Journey. Bye for now.